All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another Clearmud live stream. We are back in the studio. As you can see, we got a new camera view showing up. How's everyone doing today? It's weird taking a week off. Let's make sure we're live here. All right, good morning, good afternoon. Let me know how the sound is as well. As you can see, right around there. I have the same mic that I was using in Portugal, but I'm using a different mic here, and I just want to get a feel for how the sound is. I will start using that one again if I need to, but I just don't want to have to set up that arm on this desk. So, and we got this cool new camera view, a little POV, if you will. Slow start here. We got a slow start. How's everyone doing today? Okay, what's up, Ori? Welcome back. How you doing, TJ? Level yourself up. So let's try this. I'm using this one. I could put it closer to me. It's just really annoying with the cable in front of the keyboard, but I can work with it. So let's see how this is. Is that better? What about now? If this is better, I'll work with it. Or I'll just get an arm for this mic so I can bring it like right here. But having it on this little stand on the desk is kind of annoying, but we'll work with it our first day back. Let me know how the sound is though. Nice, let's go. Yes, sir. Back in Cali. Ooh, that's hot. I also waited to. It's different streaming in the morning than the evening. I gotta say, I like it. Nice way to start the day. So this is our topic of discussion today. Sounds much better. Good to hear. All right, so what I'll eventually do is let me get another arm that's going to mount there because I want to leave that one there for something else I'm working on with that system behind me. So we'll just continue setting up this mic where it's at and improve as we go, you know? I was kind of worried that the sound would be kind of whack. All right, let's get straight into it. I'm probably going to sound like a broken record because people are going to come and go throughout the stream, and I'm going to have to repeat this new format. But I had an idea taking this week off, as well as the flight back. I purposely don't buy Wi-Fi because I think it should be included, and secondly, it's a nice way to disconnect and just be in my thoughts on a flight. And I started to think, like, I enjoy these live streams a lot, but only doing them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I feel like I should be doing them 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, right? 9 a.m. every day, PST at least. And I started to look around at, I've been observing what other people are doing. Bridgemind is somebody I've been following for a while. Now, his channel is him and everyone else who follows his format. And this is not throwing shade on Bridgemind, all right? Or anybody else who does this format. However, I'm noticing it's a very selfish approach. It is vibe coding or day whatever of building whatever until I hit X amount in monthly reoccurring revenue or annual reoccurring revenue for that factor. But no one's really doing it for you, right? So the new format I have in mind is day whatever of building in public or helping you get to 1 million in annual reoccurring revenue. So this can go in a lot of different ways. Is people come in, they request to build something. They have a question. I build it live. I help you build whatever it is you're having issues with live. And it's also a way for me to help promote other people's projects, right? So proof of work is like, how do we know when somebody hits a million annual reoccurring revenue, right? Well, they have to share. They have to ask those questions. They have to share their numbers. So that's the gist of the new format idea that I have. And it would involve me streaming every day of the week, except for weekends. And then my long form videos, instead of being posted on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would switch that to Saturdays and Sundays. I'd still work on them throughout the week, but live streaming Monday through Friday, long form Saturday, long form Sunday, and then rinse and repeat. And that's the new format I have in mind. And I wanted to ask you, I wanted to ask the audience's opinion on what you think about this new format. Do you have any ideas, anything to add to that? Yeah, that's the gist of it. I'm sure other stuff will come to mind as I repeat myself as more people roll in, and then some days, of course, it will be silent and we'll have this POV. I just put a GoPro on top of the camera and it's pretty cool. You get a bigger feel for the environment I'm in. But that's the idea. That's the idea. I want to hear the comments. I want to hear what people think about that. Because to continue that discussion is like, yes, I'm building something. Yes, I'd like to reach that number, right? And I can continue building it while helping you build it, right? So, I have a lot planned for this brand. It's my hope that within the next month or two, it'll be my full time and I won't have to take any more client work or any more side work. I'll maybe have 1 or 2 retainer-based contracts, but that's it. Very minimal, maybe 10 hours a week, if that. So yeah, you get to watch me build Clearmud live Monday through Friday, while also me helping you build whatever questions you have. Maybe you want to build a multi-agent team. Well, fuck it. Excuse my language. We build it live. I build it for you. I show you how it's built. Yeah, that's the TLDR. Okay, nice. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a little bit. I'll show you what I've done so far here in a moment. Let's go, Derek. Made it for now. Welcome. Okay, nice. I appreciate it. Right here. I mean, this is the true alpha. It's like, and I want to carefully say this, right? If any of these other channels are watching this or get this clipped by any means, like, I'm not throwing shade on you. I respect the hustle, but there's too much selfish behavior going on in this space. There's a lot of extractive behavior going on in this space. There's a lot of like dangling a carrot in front of a horse, so to speak, giving you just enough to keep you coming back, but not giving you the sauce, right? Not giving you everything you need. And I want to change that. I want to change that, not only for me, but hopefully for others to follow suit and be more helpful to others, right? Rather than trying to upsell something. Listen, I plan on selling things, but I plan on bringing value 10x more than any other channel. That's the whole gist of this idea, right? Is to, how do I bring more? How do I give more? While also building what I'm building, right? And I think I can do both at the same time. I really think I can. I appreciate your feedback, man. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Ori. I appreciate it. Yeah, listen, and I think you can. I think you can, John. Welcome back. How you doing today? Thanks for staying up late in Thailand. Appreciate you. Yeah, like, listen, I think having an audience, having a channel is beneficial. But one thing I also don't see is these other channels helping other people who don't have channels, right? So another thing to think about with this idea, and I'm gonna pause really quick. I gotta say, I don't like how I don't have my voice feedback here. With that set up, I might have to switch it. I might have to switch it tonight because with that like Cloud Lifter plus Scarlett little audio interface in the headset, I actually hear my voice a little bit. So I have an indicator of how it sounds, but with this one and this setup, I do not. It's really annoying, I gotta say, but I'm glad you guys can hear me. I don't see people helping others enough. So the, you know, to piggyback off of this rant, so to speak, is, you know, people, whether we have office hours, whether it's one day of the week where we recap, like, okay, what did you build? Show us what you built, send screenshots, give us the app. You're gonna have to be comfortable sharing your financials in Stripe with how much you've made, how many people have signed up, et cetera, et cetera. But like, this only works if you're willing to share, right? Because I can't help you reach $1 million in annual recurring revenue if you're not sharing what you're building, if you're not sharing your monthly numbers, your struggles, right? These types of things that I think would be valuable to anybody wanting to reach that number as well, wanting to build something and reach that annual number. So this it's a give and take, right? Like, everyone's gonna have to like share as much as possible for this to work. I love how I've become muddy. Let's go. Okay, right on. What do you teach? What industry? I thought you had a boxing stance, and I'm like, what, are you a boxing teacher? But I can't tell if that's a boxing stance or if you're like this. But I'd love to know what field do you teach in? What do you teach? Yeah, like, listen, like, I also like want to be respectful of everybody. Like, I don't want to talk down on others, right? Everyone's got their approach, and I think everyone's how do I say this carefully? Everybody's intent over time gets exposed, right? So the ones who are just here to pull money will be exposed, right? All in due time. The ones who are here to help will actually help. They may have a slower progress. The ones who are here to create content, to play with your emotions, that will be shown through time, right? So it's like, yeah, I don't know. We're just going back and forth with this new format concept. And I gotta say, like, after the flight, after sleeping on it a few nights, I've fallen in love with the idea. I really have. And to be fully transparent, like, as this channel grows, it's inevitable, right? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Right now, I love this intimate crew, 10 to 30 viewers, right? Of just live stream viewers, of a consistent 15 of you, always coming back, always asking questions, always showing love. That will change, that will grow. And I think at that point where we grow, who I help will have to be filtered in a way. I can't just build a new subscriber's request like that, right? We're gonna have to create some type of, I'm thinking of it of like a Clearmud membership, so to speak. Whereas, listen, my rule of thumb with not paywalling content will never change. All my videos, all my live streams, all the sauce will always be free. However, when it comes to building something custom for you, let's say somebody comes to me and wants me to build a project manager plus X amount of workers in OpenClaw. Right now, I can do it. Right now, we have a small enough audience to where I don't have to worry about like the logistics of it all. But as I grow, I'm gonna have to prioritize certain people. The best way to prioritize certain people, I think, is to create some type of membership to where I build your questions, right? Membership, it's not gonna be some crazy fee, but I think that at some point we'll have to do that. For now, starting out with this new model, I don't think we will, right? Like, I think we'll have a lot of fun with it for at least a few months, but let's say this channel gets to 500 active viewers. There's gonna have to be some type of metric or some type of like process in place to where I only build out certain questions if they have a certain membership tag, you know? And this is just me really thinking critically about like the growth that comes along with this. So I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts. I'm going to keep like expanding on this more and more and more. It was good, Matthew. It was weird. I got to say, not streaming, I felt a little more disconnected, but also coming back, I disconnected a bit, had all my systems offline for about a day. And then I came back to, as I'm looking around, I came back to just like renovations that needed to be done. I swear I left this place spotless, but that's the thing with giving keys to your family members. It was an absolute mess. My father, I appreciate him, I love him dearly, but he decided to do some renovations and he didn't finish them. So I came home to just a tornado, shit everywhere, paint cans everywhere, patches in the walls, dust, like this white clay dust on the floors. Like I had to clean, I had to paint, I had to like finish doing all this work. And I finished this office, this whole studio, so that I can just work in peace and nice and cleanliness. The bathroom is still yet to be done. The hallway in the back is still yet to be done. So coming back, it was initially nice to be back, but it required me to do a lot of work my first few days. So I didn't get to lock in as much as I would have liked to. But now, we're locked in. And today, by the end of the stream, you're going to help me decide, do we start streaming every day or not? I'm not going to wait a week to decide. We're going to decide today. Is this the new format I'm going to do? Or am I going to go back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, long forms on Tuesdays and Thursdays? So help me decide. Derek, I got an idea that's 80% done, but just thought of a fundamental shift in it. I'd love to DM you at some point, maybe a good case study. Yeah, let's go. Just my hands on a desk. Oh, right on. This is cool. Do you have any games you'd like to share? So you teach game programming. Do you have any games out there that we can play with? Just out of curiosity. Like the thought, love to know your setup so my lives are better. I know they need a lot of work. Yeah, always happy to share. Listen, I'm always improving, right? Nothing's perfect, but just based off of how annoying, like this is my travel mic anytime I go out of town or like don't want to take a full setup, because that is a similar model to this Shure, right? You guys are probably hearing a lot of like feedback, forgive me. But this also has a Scarlett audio interface plus a cloud lifter. So it's like two other devices, all the cables. This is just a USB to my computer. And I've tested the audio difference. Like for what I'm doing for live streams, you can barely tell the difference. That's for like singing. That's for like professional sounding audio, right? Like when you compare the two for live streams and long form videos, it's almost identical. You can barely tell the difference, barely. But I'm always happy to, maybe in Discord, because I have this idea for the Discord to like do Saturday streams. Of course, if I'm not on a road trip or just taking time off, to where we just jam and we just vibe with this view, right? This nice, and I have it purposely cut. So I do have a server rack right over there in front of this, like in this closet. And I was back and forth on, do I want to show it? Do I want to not show it? I've decided to not show it, at least not for now. It's more of a security thing. I don't want people to know what networking devices I have. That's essentially why I'm not showing that server rack, but yeah, it's there. This is where I built a lot in this studio. This brings back a lot of creative energy being here. The truth prevails. Helping others is a selfish act, but it helps humanity. Yeah. Interesting perspective here. Did you major in philosophy or something? Hope. Did I not pin that yet? Good morning, Tracy. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Drive safe. Ooh, I got to catch up on comments. I've been ranting too much. What's up, Cuban Tech? I agree on the membership concept. There's only so much time. Yeah, right? And listen, I want to be able to help everybody for free for as long as possible. But reality is I'm not going to be able to as this channel grows. So I think, to expand further on the membership idea, that it's ever evolving, right? But the membership would, think of it like a school thing, right? But I'm not paywalling anything. All the videos go live. All the live streams go live. Everything related to that membership is available to the public. The differentiator is the ability to have one-on-one time with me, office hours with me, having me build what you're requesting live, and then handing off that GitHub repository. That's the differentiator that no one else is doing, that I think would make the membership very valuable, right? And it still falls in line with my belief that content should not be paywalled, right? So I'm a big Alex Hermosi fan. I was watching one of his videos and he talks about giving away the information, but selling the personalization. So that's essentially what it would be, right? We'd be selling the personalization of content, but the content itself will always remain free for the public. So that's where my mind's at. In addition to that, you would have access. I don't know if it would be unlimited access, but as I start to release more SaaS products, you know, I'm going to start following a premium or a freemium paid subscription model. There's going to be a free version. There's going to be a paid version. It's going to be my aim to always make sure that the Clearmud membership, in addition to the benefit of me helping you specifically as we grow down the road, is you get access to all the tools in our suite. So, I mean, there's going to be an insane amount of value that I want to present in the membership, but I'm not going to rush into it, right? I think that an inflection point of like 15 to 20,000 subs in that range is when it would go live, maybe 25,000 subs. Because at that point, I mean, I'd imagine we have well over 100 people watching this thing live. And especially if I start doing lives Monday through Friday with that format of helping you reach 1 million ARR, like I have a feeling it would just explode, right? It would become a little overwhelming, to be honest, but I'm here for it. Yeah, okay. TJ is a philosophy major here, I swear. Yo, what's up, Rue? How you doing today? Hey, nice. I drive through Reno quite a bit when I go on road trips, especially if I'm headed north, you know, northeast from here. Just finished now and trying to clean all the drywall dust. I would do 3 days a week live stream and 2 days long form. Okay, so that's your vote. Okay. Or are you saying you personally? I feel like it's more self-gratifying, which is better than selfish. Also believe in theory of the airplane. In case of emergency, they teach you to put your mask on first. If you don't help yourself, yeah, true. Then you can't help others. It's not survival. It's survival. It's not selfish. Yo, what's up, Ryan? Welcome back. Well, so let me expand on it. This new format would be me live streaming Monday through Friday, but during the week, I'm also completing those 2 videos. It's just instead of posting on Tuesdays and Thursdays, those videos will now post on a Saturday and a Sunday. So by the end of the week, they'd be scheduled. So I still have my weekend, right? So I thought about this. I don't want to do every day of the week would be crazy. But then I still have time to do client work in the late afternoons as well. So it's like, so I'd love to hear your input based off of that, right? It's not me at this 7 days a week. No. That's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for burnout. And that wouldn't end well. I know better. But yeah. Or you could use those 2 days for subscriber live streams for your clients, or how you want to do it. Yeah. That's not a bad thought. You know, maybe I can always, it's my belief, like, to know if something works, you got to test it. Right? I'm a big tester. I'm a big Dexter's Laboratory fan when I was younger. Like, I love testing new ideas. So I think if anything, start this new concept for the month of May. See how it goes. And then for those curious about the boot camps, they will continue. I already have the second one planned. Maybe we'll start working on the curriculum today. I want to finish a few other things first. But you know, maybe after 30 days, I decide that 5 days a week is just insane. But I'd love to hear your thoughts based off of, you know, my thoughts, essentially, this brain dump. Oh, wow. I can do a lot in here. I can see user history. For the first time, I right-clicked in Social Stream Ninja here, which allows me to pin comments. Interesting. Oh, but it kind of gets cut off. Okay, how do I unright click? Oh, I won't, Peter. I will never forget. See, the beauty about having this crew and learning your names and learning your PFPs, I'll never forget. I'll always remember. I have a very good memory when it comes to visual and experience. Like, when we're talking, when you're communicating with me back and forth, like, Peter, I remember you pointed out the claw crib kind of vulnerability, so to speak, a while back. Like, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you guys. the issue I see happening is like the waves of comments. It's going to be tough to like make sure, like right now I pin every single comment, I answer every single comment. Will that happen when I have, you know, 500 consistent viewers? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I'll never forget. And I just got to say, I'm grateful for you guys being here, you know, each and every one of you, even if you're not commenting, because I know there's a lot of consistent viewers who don't comment as well. I did 5 days a week of live streaming on Twitch a few years back. I did 6 months before I moved to 3 days a week because of the amount of outside work I was doing. Yeah, could imagine. Yo, what's up, Kieran? Wait, didn't you comment a little while back? Forgive me if I overlooked it. I've just been catching up on comments. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I created my own OS for personal day-to-day. I've ran into hallucinating issues and saying it building, but not any advice. John, you'll forget me. I never chat. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't with this. I can't tell the word. I see the number 5 in your PFP, but I don't know what that word is. Pone? Pahone? No, it's got to be cut off. It's got to be cut off. Well, thank you, John. Yeah, and like I gotta say, I love keeping the time consistent. I love that it's morning here. I love that I have this nice big old French press. It's different than having an espresso maker. And don't get me wrong, espresso maker's nice, but there's something about making. What is this? I don't even like. It must be 1.5 liters or a liter. It's a lot. It's a lot. And there's something satisfying about just slowly working your way through a French press. I gotta say. The one thing I'm not looking forward to here is summers, like dead of summer. If a heat wave hits, I don't get much sleep. There's no central heating. There's no central cooling. There's single pane glass windows here. Like it's very like it replicates the weather. Like yeah. I do have a little space heater for when it gets incredibly cold, but when it gets incredibly hot, like all I have are some like shop fans and stuff on the floor that helps rotate the air. But we'll see how. I think 9 a.m. streaming on even on a hot day will be fine. But yeah, Johnny 5. All right. I mean Johnny 5. Hopefully I won't forget this. Yeah, I use OBS. If you want to see a little sneak peek, here's what it looks like. I set hotkeys to certain views so that even if I'm like tabbed out, I can still do my thing. And then I downloaded this plugin. You have to pop open this whole social stream desktop app, but you essentially, before a stream, you connect it and you can see the comments roll in, and I can just pin it, right? A mini split soon. What's a mini split? Kind of want to Google this. I have no idea what that is. I'm guessing it's some type of AC device. A mini split system, or ductless mini split, is a heating and cooling solution that uses an outdoor compressor, and one or more indoor air handling units connected by refrigerant lines through a small wall conduit, eliminating the need for ductwork. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think at some point I may have to. Let's see. Home Depot. I just never heard the name. I know exactly what this is. This is very common in Europe, actually. But let me go back to this Bradford, Kieran Bradford. So first off, did you build this with OpenClaw or did you build this with Hermes? Second question is, are you running the latest version of OpenClaw? because I've heard some issues with hallucinating with the latest versions. Maybe they've already fixed this. I'm still running version 4.2.4 or 4.2.5. I don't chase every new update. I'm against that. Once something's working, I don't fix what's not broken unless I see a feature that they incorporated that I need, right? And then additionally, what models are you using? Answer those questions for me and let's see if I can help you figure that out. And then more importantly, like the fourth and final question to you is, did you take time to populate the soul, the identity, the user, the tool, like the suite of markdown files? You have to take the time to train your agent, to tell it how you want it to operate, to create essentially SOPs or standard operating procedures, to when you ask a question, this is what you should always do, right? Did you take time to explain all of this to your agent? Because that is something that a lot of people enough people don't talk about, is you have to train your agents for them to operate the way you want them to operate. And if you don't take that time and you just expect them to do it, well, that could explain it. Okay, nice. I think if anything, just because of how old this apartment is, it's like, I might be wasting money if I buy one here. I might just deal with it for now. But thank you. Just the YouTube app, right? No. So the YouTube app, if you're referencing OBS, I have to log into chat here, and this allows me to chat back. But that is through Social Stream Ninja. I do have to connect the YouTube account. Yeah. Mini split. Yo, what's up, Rue? Nice, nice. Okay, I might have to do it for the studio if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, so I think I'm still running. Let's go take a look. Ooh. That's why I hate having this in front of me. I'll fix this for next one. Oh, it's OpenClaw status, right? Yeah, I'm actually on 4.2.3. But it's been solid. I have no reason to upgrade yet. Like since that update, I finally became satisfied with my multi-agent team on OpenClaw again. It's just night and day difference from that first, few months. So what, we're on 5.3.1. Okay, listen, I'll probably do this later this week, or if something happens to where I need to. Interesting. Okay. So Llama Pro tier, right? The cloud models. What models specifically though? Because to my knowledge, right, Llama allows you to select from a number of different models, or do they have their own? Like which model specifically are you running with Llama? Because that might explain it. It might be a model issue that is just not good to run as an agent, right? And maybe it is good to run it as an agent, but maybe an agent with a specific workflow. This is not me telling you to get OpenAI or GPT subs, but it was my belief that GPT was going to improve drastically that first month. Actually, look at it. It's May 4th. Oh, May the 4th be with you. That's hella funny. I'm a big Yoda fan. It was my belief that OpenAI subs was going to be insanely good for OpenClaw agents and multi-agent teams. And that did eventually happen. It took a few weeks. I would say it wouldn't be a bad thing to try. I'm using 5.5 on medium reasoning. Medium is the sweet spot I found. I did set my engineering team to high reasoning, but 5.5 plus medium has been the sweet spot for me. It might not be a bad idea for you to test. If you can, I don't think you can select GPT through this though. These are all open models, right? Man, I keep hitting this damn cable. Sorry guys, you're probably hearing a lot of just like feedback. Okay, so maybe you can use their, but the last time it was updated was 6 months ago. I forgot about their open source version. So like, if they were to come out with a newer model, this might be the move. But I haven't tested it. And let's see. Chat might have been able to test this here. Peter, OpenClaw is always breaking on update. I'm always asking Codex to fix it. Yeah, this is also why, like, I don't chase every update. I generally, if I can get away with only updating twice a month, I'll only update twice a month. I think well, they added support for 5.5, and then the different levels of thinking. I think the image generate was 4.22, right? Or 4.21. It was like a day or two before this update that I'm on. Okay, Peter says it. Hey, where are you? Kieran, have you tried GLM 5.1? Peter's saying it's good. And I trust Peter's word here. Is it? Okay. Was it good when it first came out? I never even bothered to test it. All right. Let's go back to Clearmud OS. So, okay. So that's going to be one of the videos for sure. Did I already make a script for it? Oh, I can't wait for this new mouse to come in. It's really annoying. I can't scroll to the right now. Oh, I guess I could just do the old-fashioned. No, interesting. I didn't make that, did I? Oh, I think it's this. Yeah, this is the one. I have two agent systems that shouldn't talk to each other. So I'll give you guys a sneak peek. So I have now communication between my Hermes setup and my OpenClaw setup. And for those curious, you'll see this new product OS that listen, I'm not going to dig into this yet. But as you can see, I have a similar look and feel. I have tabs across the top. Every time you select a module, it will change the tab, right? I just have fallen in love with this setup. Like that, I replicated Muddy OS's kind of like framework, if you will. But product OS is exactly for that. It's for our products. It's for my Hermes multi-agent team. I'm not going to show this off yet because it's not ready to be shown off. I will give you a sneak peek. But as you can see, as I start to deploy more products, I'm going to give it its own tab. And within each product, it has its own PM board, its own pipeline. This is actually incorrect. This should be sessions. I don't know why it called it timeline. And, you know, certain features that I'm taking this day by day. I spend a few hours a day on this, improving it. It's come a long way since I first set it up. But I had this idea of, I have Neo, who's my executive assistant on Hermes. I now have, or not now, I have Muddy, who's my executive assistant on my OpenClaw setup. I want them to communicate together. I want to be able to feed them an idea. They build the thing, they QA it back and forth, and then they ping me when it's ready for my approval, right? And I set up this executive assistants chat. As you can see, Muddy and Neo go back and forth. I drop a comment and they talk to each other back and forth and back and forth. So, and I got to say, it's been freaking amazing. So I haven't set up my engineering department yet, or marketing or growth. So I'm thinking for one of 2 videos this week, which is why I created this script, is I'm going to show you how I did it, and we're going to build it real time. I'll obviously have to cut down a lot of the empty space in the video, but it's essentially going to teach you how to connect your Hermes multi-agent team and your OpenClaw multi-agent team to communicate together. I think it'd be a pretty awesome video, not only from a video perspective, but giving a lot of value in how to set it up. And I already, as you guys can see here, I'm working on a new resource layout, but I've already made a prop for it. We just haven't pushed this live yet. Where is it? There it is. Let's go back dark mode. So shared chat for AI agent coordination. All right. So I've already worked on this prop. I've already talking about how to do it, right? Based off of how I did it. I need to optimize this a little bit, but this is essentially the gist of everything you need to pull it off, right? So throw a 1 in chat if you want to see this video go live this week, and I'll make sure to push it live this week. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. It might have to be Thursday's video, but yeah. Oh, some other improvements I made to Muddy OS is you can now see beforehand in my chat, I didn't have this tool result or tool calling enabled. So like I would prompt and I would just see the ... So I would know it's working, but I didn't see what it was doing. I incorporated very similar to the OpenClaw dashboard. I can see all the tools that are being called. And then I also have a metadata tag here as well. For some reason it's, okay, it shows the context on his responses, not on the tools. So now I can see the context window in line with my chat, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, let's go ahead and I already know I'm gonna want to do this. Let's go to film and sort. We need to do thumbnails for this. And let's do some maintenance here. Oh, this will probably be the other video. It won't be that popular, but I think it's going to be like that part 3 of the beginner part 1, part 2 I just dropped. And then sorry, I don't know if Stonesy is still here. I need to delay this one, sadly. Why is that set for May? Interesting. I made some improvements here on this. Let's set date. Okay, so I do have something scheduled for tomorrow and for Thursday. Let's fix that. What was set? Oh, this is actually a very good one too, man. There's just too many ideas. And then I had another idea. What if we just live stream 2 days a week and post more videos per week? But hey, got busy. Thank you for this. Hold on. Let me catch up on comments in a second. So OBS volume levels for music and mic need about 50. Respectfully, just looking out. So it's too loud. Got it. So I'm going to pull down the screen share mic. And then I'll also pull down this mic as well. How's this sound? Is this better? The mic's literally right in my face. That's probably why it's so loud. So what I'm gonna do now, ooh, this is actually a little bug I need to fix. Oh no, it still pops down. I'm gonna move that to the 7th and we'll move that one to the 7th and then we'll put this one tomorrow. Bam, all right. Yeah, there's way too much lined up for this week, so we'll put that next week. I'll decide on that and then we'll kind of make some adjustments here. Maybe we keep delaying this one and throw this one here. We'll see. But listen, by the end of this stream, we're gonna decide, like, maybe I start posting these long forms on Saturday and Sunday. I think I would still kind of rush this one out there because it's easy to record. Yeah, I don't want to be indecisive. So we'll make a decision by the end of the stream. Let's continue down the road here though. Okay. We already have ideation for comms. Let's go check chat. Did we see a bunch of ones in chat? Let's see. Okay. That's enough ones for me. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Level. Thank you, Kieran. We'll get that out. We'll get that out this week. That'll be one of 2 videos I record then. So it seems like this week I already did the ideation. We have that beginner friendly one, what to do before you deploy. And then this Hermes and OpenClaw. I'm literally, you know, I'm going to show off Executive Assistant to like start the video. But what we'll probably do here is I think maybe the marketing team is more beneficial to set up. I'll set up my Gary on OpenClaw, and then who is my marketing dude on? Was it Smith? No. Yeah, this team section is a mess right now. It's not ready for your guys' eyes. I think it's Link, if I'm being honest with you. I think Link is our marketing dude. So we'll figure that out. We'll set it up, put it on the video. I think it'll be very valuable. Okay. Sweet. Let's catch up on comments here. use a few different models from a llama, but nice, nice. How is it now? Is it better? I turned it down quite a bit. I'll make sure to test audio for the next live stream as well. I was so focused on video that audio was, and I should know better, audios should be above video. Oh, is it? Okay, so he's referencing, I believe we were talking about GPT open source. Okay. Give Peter's suggestion a try. GLM 5.1. What's up, Gabizzy? No, they are not. I mean, they're on the same local system, but they're on two completely different virtual machines. So I have a Hermes virtual machine and then Muddy's virtual machine, which is OpenClaw. So yes and no. They are on the same system, but they're sandboxed on the same system. And I did that for a reason. I don't want to say it's bad to deploy multi-agent teams all on the same operating system, but I feel like that's a recipe for disaster. I feel like that could cause more issues than solve more issues. I could be wrong, but this is just how I prefer to set it up. Primary DeepSeek version 4. Fallbacks are Kimi 2.6. I've heard good things about Kimi. I have some API credits I need to use to test. You cannot hear now? That was 3 minutes ago. Can you not hear me? I see the audio feeding back on me here. Please confirm. Everything looks good. Yeah, I'm loving my multi-agent team. Listen, Hermes, I like it for specific use cases, and I have some Hermes content coming out. I didn't want to rush content out. If you know me, or if you're new here, you know, one thing to know about me is I'm not going to go chase a video just for the clicks. I'd rather test the thing before I make videos about the thing. And it's got its use cases for sure. I'm very happy with Hermes. Now, is it going to replace OpenClaw for me? No, not a chance. But as you can see, I have them working parallel now. I have them working together, right? But Hermes is primarily handling production code bases, front-facing products, things like this. Whereas OpenClaw is handling all of my internal, my day-to-day, my content creation. And I think they're going to be operating great from this perspective. But I do need some more time to test and play and before I really start making videos around that. Okay, resources and dashboard. Doing good, F-World. How are you? Okay, listen, I would maybe recommend, you know, this, I don't want to say that's the problem, but maybe find a model that works first, right? For one agent, right? Figure out which agent you want to work first. Get that working with whatever model works. And then try to replicate that with another agent and then try switching the model, right? Maybe clone that agent and then switch the model to compare the performance difference. I'm a big advocate for keeping it simple, getting it working, and then layer from there. Maybe the hallucinations occurring because one of those models just doesn't handle AI agent work optimally, right? It's possible. I don't want to misspeak here, Kieran, but that would be my approach: is get one of them working, figure out what model works, and then build from there. And maybe that will help you run into less hallucinations and feel like your agents are actually doing the work. Hey, John, let me know if that's fixed. I'll expand on it here in a moment. What's up, VV, Zombie? Yeah. Listen, if you want to try testing on the same one, by all means, go for it. I just logically thinking, I don't think that's a good idea. Personally, that's why I'm not doing it. So the new format. If you're here, you know enough about the space, right? If you found a channel as small as mine, chances are you know something like BridgeMind. I want to see a 1 in the chat for how many people have seen this format. Day X of vibe coding or building in public or building whatever until I generate X amount in monthly or annual reoccurring revenue. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen either BridgeMind or everybody and their mothers who have tried to copy that format. I want to see how many people have seen that format. And then I'll explain my new format idea, F-World. My man. Listen, it's like, it's the best thing to do to test something new. Like I've always been a big VM guy though. Okay, yeah. Hey, I hope I was as helpful as I could be, but I always like trying to get one thing to work with one agent. Once I know that agent's operating how I want it to operate and working how I want it to work, then maybe I'll clone that and then switch the model to test, right? That would have been my approach. That would have been my approach. Okay, good to know. Good to know. It's everywhere, right? Yeah. It's because when it works for someone, everyone tries to copy, right? And I want to be respectful of everybody, but it just shows how lazy some people are. You know, they can't even like think to change it or do something different. They just copy the same damn thing. Okay, that's enough ones. Let's go. Peter, Ori, Matthew, WTF is a handle. I like that. F-World, you might as well. You might as well. Yeah, so F-World. My idea, I was flying back from Europe and I was thinking of like, I was just thinking about the channel. I was thinking about the live streams. I was thinking about the long forms. And I had been following BridgeMind for a long time. And I remember when he started to really blow up, everyone on Twitter was like, look at this dude. This is actually pretty cool. But I'm noticing BridgeMind and everyone who copies him, it's very selfish. And listen, this is not me throwing shade. This is just an observation. It is day whatever of building whatever until they, right? Those streamers hit 1 million in annual recurring revenue, but nobody's doing a stream or a format around day X of building. This was the initial idea that I wrote down. Day X of building autonomous AI agents until I help you hit 1 million in annual reoccurring revenue. Now, keep in mind, I will be building my brand. I will be continue building my ideas out. So yes, I'm helping you get to that point, but I'm also helping myself get to that point by doing this new format. This only works though if people share, if people ask questions, if people run into an issue and want me to build something for them, right? I build it live. That's the gist of the new format. I would be streaming Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. My long forms would then post Saturday, Sunday instead of Tuesday, Thursday, but I wouldn't be online on weekends aside from personal stuff. I would essentially handle the long form videos after my live streams throughout the week. But the focus essentially moving forward is the frequency of our long forms stay the same. It's 2 a week, but it shifts to the weekends, right? My Monday through Friday would then be dedicated to live streaming this new format. And then we would weave in those boot camps as well, right? I still have a boot camp that I'm working on. We'll work on it probably tomorrow or the next day, assuming I'm streaming tomorrow. But that's the gist of the idea. And I think right now with the size of this channel, I'll be able to answer everybody's questions and build everybody's questions, no problem, right? But this format doesn't work if you don't share. And I think this is a benefit for you as well, for anybody wanting to hit any type of reoccurring revenue, whether it's monthly or annual. You want to share your product, right? So me building certain components or certain features of your product live or helping you build a multi-agent team or whatever it is, gives you promotion, right? Like it'll help promote your brand, your channel, whatever it is you're doing. And that's the differentiator between BridgeMind and all the copycats versus this new format idea that I have. It's all about helping you. Now, in parallel, I will be helping myself, but the focus is you, right? The focus is you. And that's the gist of it, F-World. What I hate is when there's a live stream with a topic and they spend 3/4 of it off the rails. I know. I already know. Like, names are popping into my head. I already know. You know who's done a really good job not steering away from his focus? Ray Fernando. Is it Fernando? I think it's... Oh, damn, I keep hitting that cable. I got to fix that. I think it's Ray Fernando. I love his live streams. It stays on brand. It stays on topic. Oh, yeah, there he is, Fernando. He's solid, right? And he's been steadily growing. I just want 2,400 annual recurring revenue to cover the sub. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually, like, when he was streaming when I was in Europe, it was impossible to catch his live streams because I wouldn't be, like, if I was up at that hour, I'd be working. And I just I didn't have the notifications, but I do have the bells enabled now, so I should be notified every time he goes live. And I'm excited to finally tune in. Okay, it actually literally says it right here. Tuesday, Thursday, 10 a.m. PST. Why did I think that was different? That's going to conflict if I stream 5 days a week. You know what I mean? Yes, you do. Forgive me, I'm having a brain fart. What's this related to? What's going on, Supreme? Welcome back. You know, we're back in the studio here. Here's a little point of view. Don't mind that shitty painting right there. That's just a memory that was many years ago, and that was one of those like wine paint nights, something my sister and my mom went to. It was just a sibling / mom thing for Mother's Day. And I keep it up there because my mom's was amazing. Mine is absolutely horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Interesting. I'll start to pay attention. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll start to pay attention. Like, you know, he's got to eat. I believe he has a family, right? So I understand. And let's also get into that as well. Let's build in public here. So I've been slowly but surely working on a new dashboard for when you log in to clearmud.ai. You're going to start having an ability to save your resources. There's going to be a member section for the future member. And then there's also a partner portal. I want a unified OAuth across like all of my initiatives. Originally, I was just going to send out rate cards for sponsors and people who want me to promote something to kind of weed out the bullshit, you know, the people who just want to pay pennies and want me to promote something that I would never stand behind, right? But then I had this thought, what if I create a subdomain? I send them to that subdomain. There's a landing page that shows like all the details. And I'll show you guys my process. There's a reason I haven't listen, I've had hundreds at this point, hundreds of inbound requests for me to promote shit. I haven't promoted one thing, and there's a good reason for that. It's because my criteria is very strict. First off, I have to believe that it's going to bring value, and it has to be something that I would consider using on a daily basis. And I haven't ran into anything. I've had a lot of numbers presented to me, and I think most creators would have taken the money, but I'm not most, right? So when I start promoting something, or if I ever, or when I ever promote something, you can have peace of mind knowing that it's something I'm actually using, right? And not something that I'm just trying to collect money from. You know what's funny? I need to work. I haven't updated that in so long. I think that's going to be something. Right now I'm incorporating ClawCrib and Prompt Browser into my product OS with my Hermes multi-agent team. I think I'm going to have to start incorporating all my old extensions that I've built as well. This is great. This is great. Supreme. Muddy, when you're listening to this transcript, add this to our to-do list. But I think this would be a great live stream topic of like bringing in a tool and then creating certain automations that help maintain that tool and make sure that tool is bug-free and works. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you like it. You know, I built that honestly for a friend and for myself, but it was just a request or a pain point that I discovered. And I was like, fuck it, let me try building something live. And I believe we built that on live streams. But then I stopped maintaining it. And that's what this product OS is for. It's like, as I drop things and move on to the next thing, I'm going to have a team of agents maintaining that tool and making sure that I have to incorporate a new features thing. But I mean, ideally it would be today. I guess it would be tomorrow. I don't want to waste time with this new format idea. If I'm going to test it, I might as well test it this month, right? It might get off to a slow start, but I might as well test it this month. And I'm honestly leaning this direction because I love the idea of starting at 9 a.m. every day. It kind of feels like I'm going to an office, you know, because I do miss having an office. I do miss having a workshop that I would drive to and get locked into that mode. And I think another one of these benefits with this new format is I get locked into that mode. What's 0? Yeah, so how's the sound now, though? Sounding good? I think if anything, I'll bring that arm over since the sound is okay on this. But you know what? We do it live. We do it live. And I'll also give a little teaser as to like how these guys work. Why isn't Muddy responding? Only Neo's responding here. Is something going on with Muddy? Okay, I'll have to fix this. Was it good before I came back to this office? Because I think I just need to fine tune it and get the mic positioned somewhere that's not in front of me to where I keep hitting everything. Interesting. Okay, Muddy's back. He just took a while to get there. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. He still hasn't responded to a simple GM, though. I feel like we might have to do a gateway restart here. Yeah, this morning was unique. I didn't start off with my multi-agent team. I didn't start off listening to stand-ups. Huh. What else could be causing this? Everything's on. Oh, is it? Okay. What about now? Is this better? And are you talking about my microphone or the music in the background? So I'll change the settings back to what they were. Oh, right on, right on. Yeah, listen, I do the same as well. Assuming I don't need to like be listening to something else. I love watching other people's live streams as I'm working. Gastronomy. Not crab, not lobster. But I would be down for some Clearmud TG cross promotion exposure. Give me your suggestions on vibing. Okay, right on, right on. Sound is perfect now? Okay, cool. You know, it always feels weird not having it, but I may have to try this. I mean, is it I've turned it down quite a bit, so it should be good. Okay, okay, but it's good now, right? Yeah, I kind of want to. I think it's good enough to go live for now. And as you can see, we have like these sort resources. So anything OpenClaw related, boot camps. When I archive all the boot camps, this is where they'll go. Why do I feel like? I feel like the sun just went behind some clouds and is messing with the brightness. Let's fix this. Nice. Better. This is where we'll be archiving all the resources from the boot camps, Hermes, and I'm going to continue to expand on filter options here. But I'm loving this new look and feel to the resources. Let's go all. So I'll have to kind of optimize how that works. There's some weird little bug here that I'll have to fix as well, but we do it live. Why not? Nice, nice. Well, hey, I just got to say thank you all for trusting in me to essentially hang out while you're working. You know what I mean? Because you can be anywhere, but you're here. And I appreciate that. That's what I'm feeling too. That's what I'm feeling too. So let's start to, let's see. It's weird to me how Muddy is just stuck responding. I mean, he was incredibly slow. So let's just do a little health checker. Wait, oh yeah, we don't need that. Ooh, gotta fix that. What's up, Ganj? Like to your stream. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Nice, nice. You know, I didn't set up I thought about getting another one. I just have the dual set up right now, but I do have my iPad. I can also set up over here on the left and extend it if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to start using it for something else. All right, let's see how we are. Yeah, it's only Neo doing work right now. Interesting. Let me try tagging him. Okay, wait, it's still okay, so we're still reconnecting. Let's give it a moment. As soon as he's back online. Oh, my face is hiding it. But off to the right, you can see here Muddy's offline. So we'll get that fixed here in a moment. Yo, what's up, Aries? Welcome back. Interesting. You know, I was working on Discord pretty much all weekend between the executive assistants chat I have here. It was solid Saturday and Sunday. I stopped working late Sunday right before I ate some dinner and, you know, didn't touch it till today. There seems to be an issue though. Am I going to have to upgrade? What's weird is overnight for this to happen. Okay, Muddy's back. Trying to tag him directly. Nope, now he's back offline. What is going on? Is it because I initiated OpenClaw status? That shouldn't do anything. Interesting. I suppose the one negative with this is there's going to be some bathroom breaks for sure. Should be back online any moment now. You're on 5.2? Okay. Yeah, me too. I have been as well. We were going to start doing some work with our executive assistants, but Muddy appears to be offline, so we're going to have to fix him so we can continue to live stream. Good thought. I'll check that. We'll pop open the dashboard here as soon as he's back online. Maybe we'll force an update. What's up, Tex? Or wait, can I say your name? Barika. I hope it's okay. I said that live. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Upgraded over the weekend and my system is turned upside down. Went from a proactive 5.5 to a sluggish 5.5 that can't figure out what channel to post. Interesting. Listen, I was loving 4.23 a lot. This is why I didn't upgrade. So I'd rather just get it working as is. Let's just do an OpenClaw doctor fix. Try to find any issues. And I'm going to tell Neo to stop real quick. Because I want Muddy to deploy it. I essentially just want him to go live and YOLO this. Go live with the dashboard. Go live with the new resources page. Because everything's still local, as you can see here. But I'd rather just go live with it. Right on, right on. I never forget a name. Once I learn it, I'll never forget a name. I feel like it's better for me to call you by your name instead of text. Text didn't feel right. Text did not feel right. What's up, TJ? We've just been vibing. We've been talking back and forth. Barika, did you hear about the new format idea that I have for the channel? I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and then I'll reiterate 1 second here. Hopefully Muddy's back online by the time we get back. Muddy's still offline, huh? Restarter. Oh, wait a second. Did Neo really just push that live? I thought that was all muddy. Let's go check. That's going to be hilarious if Neo really pushed it live. All right, you know what? Continue. For some reason, I thought that was Muddy's responsibility. Continue pushing that live. You definitely did deploy this. I do see the resources page live. Let's make sure that the dashboard is live as well. Good stuff. Yeah. I don't know why. I didn't think I gave Neo access to that GitHub account, but I did. Now that I think about it. That's hella funny. Wow. Wow. All right. It might be a little buggy at first, but bear with me. I'm going to continue to optimize this in the coming week or two. But let's go check resources. And it looks like you get a sneak peek into the Hermes resource that is going to, so if you want to take a crack at it, I am going to optimize it a little bit more. So but everything's live now. Wow. Cool. Forgive me. Excuse me. Cool. Right on. Well, nice. Just kind of checking everything. I mean, this isn't entirely accurate subtext, but I'll optimize it as we build. Partner portal. Okay, that should be the next thing that we deploy. I've been building that actually in Codex. But this, for those curious, right, as to why I haven't accepted anything, this is my approach. First, it was I would analyze the tool. But then I started getting so many damn requests that I had to switch up the approach with, I just send a rate card first. That way I figure out who's serious. And then, you know, it's definitely above average for a channel of the size. I did that for a reason, because I'd rather weed out the bullshit requests. Excuse my language, YouTube. And then, you know, once they approve the budget, I then analyze the tool. And then this is where I choose to either send them a proposal for integration or say, thank you, but no thank you. We're not interested, right? And then from here, right, proposal for integration, 50% due. This is where we draft. Certain options have 2 drafts available, and then we post, right? So this is our essential sponsor / partner approach. And then I have 3 options as of now: a dedicated video with a $5,000 base, and then there's certain milestone integrations and bonuses, an integrated mention, and then a bootcamp featured sponsor, right? And then we have certain strict criteria. Listen, these prices are priced as if I'm higher. I do this for a reason, because I honestly don't want to promote other stupid tools that I don't plan on using, right? I want to get behind a brand that I really vibe with, and start promoting their stuff. And until I find that, I'm probably not going to make any money off of sponsors or partners until then. And then I have like this phase 2 portal where there's a way for us to track performance. We can apply a certain video to an account. That way, every time it reaches a milestone, it automatically sends them an invoice. So I'm really thinking critically about this partner portal. And then an admin dashboard for me to manage all the proposals. So when an email comes in, my AI will just send them to portal.clearmud.ai, which isn't live yet, but it'll essentially send them to the portal. They then check our rate card there. They submit a request. I manage everything through the portal, right? No more emails. So I'm building this out for that purpose. I think we'll continue working on this tomorrow, but I'm loving the progression I've made with like how I want it to be. It's become pretty sweet. All right, so we can just close all this local stuff now, right? Let's just go check Muddy in chat. I mean, he's back online here. Anyone came across an error that says assistant turned failed before producing content? I haven't run into that yet. The error usually means the AI model had a critical failure before generating a response. This could be due to a timeout, too much information, or a tool malfunction. Right on. What are you referencing? Yeah, Muddy's incredibly slow today. I didn't do any updates, nothing. The only thing I did differently last night was I did put this machine to sleep, which I normally don't do. Is it really? Let's go check. Okay, he's typing now. Let's see if he responds. Yo, what's up, Fourth? Welcome back. How you doing today? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, no, Neo is his own agent with his own workspace on Hermes, not a sub agent. Muddy is his own agent with his own workspace on OpenClaw, completely separate VM, right? They wouldn't have merged access in any way. I remember setting Neo up with it. That's why. Just took me a minute to think about it. I like this. This could be a series. Build, debug, ship, and repeat. BDSR. I like seeing if there's an acronym to be memorized anywhere, but I don't know how I feel about that one. But I like the 4 words. I just don't know how I feel about saying the abbreviation. But I'm with it. Most recent OpenClaw update gave you that error as well, Peter. Interesting. Right? I know, it just didn't sound right to me. So listen, if that's how you want to set it up, I wouldn't say it's the wrong way. Right versus wrong, I feel like it's tough to identify. But for me personally, I didn't want to set up OpenClaw and Hermes on the same system with the same root access, file system access. I wanted it to be sandboxed, segregated between the 2 different VMs. But I did that for a reason. Okay, Muddy's back. He took a while. Jesus, my goodness gracious. So now that he's back online after, and I'm going to show you like how they operate, but what should we have them do? I should have them build something, and I'll show you like, listen, I say one thing and they will just go back and forth and back and forth and back. It's really awesome. I'm glad I didn't have to update OpenClaw there. That was going to be annoying if I had to. And this is the best takeaway here. Experiment, right? Like, I like doing things a certain way for me, but I'm a big advocate for just experiment. Don't think too much about the how, the setup. Just install, test. And then you start to discover reasons for creating a Docker container for one setup, creating another one for another, right? Creating a separate VM for this, a separate VM for that. But you don't discover the need for the setup or how you'd like to set it up without testing, right? So like, don't overthink things to the point where you're not experimenting. Experiment first, think second. Like, I love to experiment first. And then through the process of experimentation, I then start to realize, okay, this is how I want to do X, Y, and Z. This is how I want to set up my actual system, right? Where do you get as far as virtual workspace virtualization for your workers? Are you talking about like the visual environment? I'm super impressed with Hermes. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'll give a sneak peek. Like, I haven't been working on it recently, but when you go to my team, I created an office layout for them, a floor plan. And let me remove this pin. And then let's hit Z, it zooms out, right? And then I also created an immersive 3D experience that, based on the floor plan, it creates a 3D environment. I haven't worked on it past the initial setup, but as you can see, this is the same floor plan. But now I can kind of like zoom in and view all the workers. I have to optimize this to where when the camera view is viewing a certain angle, the walls disappear. I haven't set that up yet, but like, yeah. And I should be able to click from room to room on the canvas. But yeah, a little fun, little 3D experiment I was doing. And I did this all with GPT-5.5. It's pretty fun. But like, listen, that's vanity. This is not important for operational like uses, right? Like, for my system to be operational, this is not necessary. This is just a cool like visual for it, right? But it's all based off of the floor plan, which is based off of the list, right? So as the system builds out, as I start to spend more time on it, I'm going to do a little bit more with this, but for now it's cool where it's at. I'm more focused. Listen, all my time and energy is going into the multi-agent setup and then Hermes right now. Okay. Interesting. One thing I'd recommend is set up crons that create a routine checkup between your agents. That's like one very basic step in automating the communication between them. But then if you're talking about OpenClaw or Hermes, I'm dropping this video this week. We'll set up our marketing department because I haven't set this up yet. But I got to say, I love having both my executive assistants in one chat. It's freaking amazing. Yeah, so heartbeats are more so checkers. Like, you don't want to put too much in a heartbeat. A heartbeat should be to check the PM board or to check. It's more of a health checker than anything. Derek discovered this. I discovered this early on, whereas if you try to create too much rules and regulations and instructions in a heartbeat, your system will bog down quite a bit and it may not work as optimally as it should or could if you just have the heartbeat check on something. So maybe you create a single source of truth between all of your agents. And then the heartbeat checks that single source of truth from each agent to see if another agent did any work. That might be the best approach for you. To test. I'm trying to think of what do I need to build out here. We're already building the portal, but you know what? I'm building it in Codex, right? What if we just test and have them build their own portal and see what they build? Because they don't have access to my local code base here, so. Yeah, that'll be a fun test. I also need to get rid of these M dashes. I don't like these M dashes in the website. Ooh, that's a good task. All right, so I want to optimize our website primarily are meta titles and meta descriptions for each page, we should never use M dashes anywhere. So on our homepage, for example, it says Clearmud M dash, making AI simple, right? I'm not going to read the whole thing, but M dashes should be removed from all of our meta titles and meta subtitles or descriptions. I want you to optimize our entire site, every single page, for SEO and LLMO discoverability. So let me know if you have any questions. And I also want you guys to create me a table of our entire sitemap, all the pages, all the slugs, all the titles, all the descriptions. You don't have to do it before and after. Go ahead and go through. You guys have 20 years of SEO, traditional SEO experience. So I want you to first optimize it, then report back with a list of what every title, subtitle, description is across the entire site. All right. I'm going to wait to send this until they're done. Oh, it looks like they're done. Thanks, Neo. Clean loop closed. I'm just going to send it then. And look, they both start, I don't have to tag them. They both start typing. So let's see. Neo starts using some tools. I guess that's one thing I wish I would see from, maybe I just don't have it enabled, but I'd like to see like tool usage from OpenClaw agents in Discord. Because I got to say, I love this feature of like seeing what Neo's doing and what tools he's calling. But Muddy doesn't show that in Discord. And I have a feeling it has that capability, but on it, I'll optimize in the repo first, then build, verify, and deploy the full sitemap table after. No questions. Dispatch to engineering. I'll close the loop when repo is edited. Yeah, Neo, I want you to QA this. I want you and Muddy obviously to go back and forth. This is the executive assistant chat. Only ping me once it's ready for me to review. Thank you. And like they already know, they have their own rules of operation, but sometimes I like to remind them, right? Because one thing I did notice when I first set this up is like I explained how I want them to operate, but Neo didn't always do a QA. And sometimes I would have to point things out that should have been caught before it reached my eyes, right? So it's like, it wasn't perfect out of the gate, but I've been training this shared chat between Muddy and Neo every day. I've had this set up, right? I think I've had this set up, let's scroll all the way up. Let's go check when I set this up. I wish there was just like view first message. I just have to scroll up all the way. As you can see, I've done a lot in this shared chat. It just keeps going. It's crazy. I think we're almost there though. Because I haven't had it longer. I don't think I've had this longer than a week. Come on. Get to the top. Damn it. Oh, this is crazy. Jesus, this is a lot. It's like we go through so much and we forget how much we've done. Okay. The 25th. I did this the 25th. I was doing comms tests. This is where you guys talk. And this is where we were kind of going back and forth, trying to figure out, okay, what's the format going to be? Originally, it was having like this to from type structure. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was necessary. So we just kind of vibed through the process. And then we started creating certain rules and operations for the shared chat, right? So, you know, almost 10 days, 9 days, I think, right? If my math is right, that I've had this working. Different systems, Sean. So I mean, technically speaking, everything's on this M1 Max, but I have my own virtual machine for Hermes and my own virtual machine for OpenClaw here, right? So I know it's kind of complicated, but it's simple, but it's complicated. It's the same machine, but it's sandboxed within the machine. I thought it would be cool for my agents to be in a 3D world that I can see with my VR headset They can walk over to my other team members, even ask a question, kind of pointless, but fun. Hey, listen, I don't think it's pointless. I think if you want it done, get it done. That's reason enough right there. I think that'll be a fun experiment at the very least, you know? The best heartbeat approach I've seen applied was on Paperclip, but installed a week later. It has its use cases. Yeah, I haven't started testing it yet because listen, like from my understanding, Paperclip's use cases are for people who do not want to build an OpenClaw multi-agent team from scratch. It essentially comes pre-built with a PM board, all these tools and features that I have already taken countless hours building out in Muddy OS. That's why like I had no interest in setting up Paperclip because I built it all from scratch within Muddy OS. Like I didn't see the need. And I didn't want to follow a trend or a hype and this and that. And listen, no offense to Paperclip users or the founder, but when you don't want to share your identity, it's sus. To me, it's sus. I get the dude comes from a crypto background, but at the same time, like you're building an actual useful tools. And if you want enterprise to jump on, enterprise and big money is not going to jump into a tool that has an anonymous founder. I highly doubt it, right? Like it's just not going to happen. So why am I going to take the time to learn a tool that I have already built from scratch with OpenClaw, right? Like it just, listen, it has its use cases. I'm not trying to tell you to stop using it. That's why I'm not using it. I was going to suggest that Hermes is cool, showing what tools and steps. Yeah. I was complaining about anti-gravity a few weeks ago, the constant server busy errors. It was a nightmare having to hit retry 8 times every task, but these past 2 weeks it works, no errors. Interesting. I might have to reinstall anti-gravity. As you know, I haven't had it running for like months now at this point because of just constant errors. Still yeah, I'd love it for it to be my daily driver. I have an Ultra plan as well. It's kind of a bummer. I never run out of Cloud Opus usage, then have Gemini Pro, Nano Banana. Yeah. Listen, I love Google Flow or previously Google Whisk, like the feature to create animations, to create obviously images, but then animations based off of those images. I just love it. That's my main use case for it. Just wanted to send an update. I hate to complain without giving props when things work. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right on. Right on. Nice. I mean, based off of your name, Sean Secures SMBs, I'd imagine you would take a sandboxed approach and you wouldn't just co-locate everything on one machine. Gotta love it. Hey, thanks for being here, man. And is that a membership tag? Dude, thank you. Coffee Crew. I'm not sure if I've thanked you before, but thank you. Ah, okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. You like that? You like that? Your name? I mean, and also look, we've been jamming back and forth. We've been talking and they've been working. They haven't pinged me yet. I could check on it, but they haven't pinged me yet. They're doing exactly what I wanted them to do. Look, Muddy is now pinging Neo, ready for your QA pass. So Muddy isn't doing the work himself because he knows better. He has his team that he delegates to. He delegates to his team. He reports back once the team's ready. And eventually I'll have Neo operating the same way. I haven't set up that type of delegation on Hermes yet. But as you can see, this is hands off. I send a note, get it done, ping me when it's ready. It's freaking amazing. Like, it's like, whew, this is amazing. This is amazing. Next, though, I want them to try to build me a portal. And then, depending on how they do, if I like it, maybe I'll just hand off this code base locally to them. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. But we'll see. We'll see. Also, I don't think I ever set up a custom domain. Convex.dev. Coffee Crew. Yeah, hey, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support and keep the questions coming. What's up, Greek? Mondays with Malo. Hey, I like that. I like that. Butter espresso for myself. I really like seeing the tools get used in Hermes. Yeah, I think so. OpenClaw, I'm pretty sure it's capable of doing this. Like, I don't want to tell Muddy to start working on it right now while I'm doing work. Why did that just shift? That's the problem with these noise cancellation headset. Like, did something hit the building? I also live in a very high traffic area here in California, like right off this downtown strip. So it gets noisy. It gets noisy. Luckily right now in this hour, this restaurant next door, there's not too many people honking. There's just bad drivers who are always honking, stealing spots, honking. Like it gets kind of hectic later in the day, but in the mornings it's usually nice and calm. I'm considering live streaming myself. I want to stick raw streaming. Yeah. Listen. What topic are you streaming? Is it AI stuff? I mean, gaming, YouTube, Twitch. I don't think X has a use case for gaming. AI related stuff, I think YouTube top of list. X second, Twitch third. Twitch is more of the gamers' place. Listen, I only stream to YouTube. I have accounts across all these platforms, but I don't know. I feel like I'd rather put everything on YouTube and then be unique on these other platforms. Maybe I'll switch that up at some point, but that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just focus YouTube. All right, who here hasn't heard me talk about this new format yet? Because maybe I have to repeat myself one more time. I'd like everyone's feedback. I already kind of know where I'm going, but I want feedback from everybody. I have an idea for this channel, for what I want to do moving forward, at least for the next 30 days to test, to see how it feels, and then reevaluate in June. Yeah, that's what I thought, Ryan. Yeah. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Keep building. I do not, because I don't, maybe I should add that to the list. Yeah, I think YouTube and X would be your best bet. Like, I would start using Rumble if for some reason YouTube, like, I don't post things that would be flagged by YouTube, but you know, people who tend to go to Rumble because YouTube censors their content. So you would go to Rumble to be censor free. I don't post stuff like this. So I think that if I were to start a channel that would have a conflict of interest with YouTube's terms and conditions, and any platform's terms and conditions for that matter, then I would go Rumble. But maybe I'll add Rumble to the list. Yeah, so I actually, if you look here, I think I've tested this a few times. I have a multi-output stream thing here as well for Twitch, X, and Restream, which handles, I forget what it handles. But like, I don't know. I just like YouTube the most. I don't know. Maybe it's a bad idea to put all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. But yeah. Oh, is it? Interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll adopt Rumble at some point. But right now, I have no interest in going there because of the audience there. It's audiences who, correct me if I'm wrong, right? It's viewers who want to watch content that would otherwise be censored on other platforms. And this is not that type of content, right? This is not these types of live streams. So we're not talking politics here. We're not getting crazy. Nice. Wouldn't mind making money, but use all that money for more tokens. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I have client work, little side gigs that pay the bills right now until this is my full time. So in the meantime, let's start to now, do I want to use the same format? Like, let's say I call it live, or do I just say day X of maybe this, helping you reach? That's very simple, but I would honestly rather call it day X of building AI agents until, I mean, I kind of like that simple approach though. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's my perspective, right? Got employees that need tasks assigned and managed. Right on, man. Well, hey, thanks for being here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Cheers. So let's start putting different title ideas for this structure here. Give me some title ideas for this new format. I honestly love the simplicity of this one here. But let's also day X of I think the simple one is a mouthful. I'm guessing not in a good way. I mean, doing the simple one allows me to actually write out a million and not have it feel like too long of a title. I don't know. This is so far one of my favorites, second favorite. But then we could also just focus this. Okay, right on. Hey, listen. I'm open to constructive criticism all day. Like, I'm all for it. What I'm not for is just being negative for the sake of being negative and not trying to be helpful. You know, I've seen my fair share of that, believe it or not, on this channel with random comments, but a majority of the comments are positive or constructive, which is awesome. But there's that small sliver, that small percentage who are just negative for the sake of being negative. You just got to ignore it, you know. But then I kind of like this, but I kind of want to steer away from the term vibe coding as well. Even though that's what we're doing, right? But like, and then thinking more kind of like day X, because it keeps that format of building autonomous AI agents. It's just too many words. Huh. AI engineering. X of AI engineering until you reach. Did we put that all caps of helping? No, that's too aggressive. I mean, I just love the simplicity. I'm kind of leaning here. And then on the thumbnail itself, that's where we express that, right? Like that's where we express all these other details, right? Like if I want to incorporate AI engineering or autonomous AI agents or AI agents, right? I put OpenClaw's logo, Hermes, right? Like all these other details go on the thumbnail, but then we keep the title simple, straight to the point. I think that's the move. And that's where I'm leaning. X. The only thing I have here, only note I have here is like, I don't know how many days it's going to go, right? So X of X days to get you to okay. Let's start separating these because I kind of like this one here. This seems to be the winner, right? Because I'm just going to sound like a broken record, but like I can incorporate vibe coding into the thumbnail, AI agents into the thumbnail. Like the thumbnail is the visual for what it is. Yo, what's up, Sharma? Digressing from the topics at hand, any meal prep suggestions to order in? Listen, I'm a big sweet potato guy. I'd probably do roasted cubed sweet potatoes, some quinoa with some roasted garlic, some steamed broccoli. And I can honestly eat those three combination of things just nonstop over and over and over again. I haven't done any meal prepping in ages though. I cook to eat. And then I'll, generally have leftovers for a day or two. I wasn't kidding when I said this full French press, it's going to cause a few more breaks than I'd like. BRB. But we are officially done. Yeah, so listen, we're going to go off topic here for a second. I rarely cook sweet potatoes a different way. I cube them, I roast them, olive oil, fresh sea salt, some cinnamon, and some black cracked pepper. Simple. Fresh cracked pepper, not the pre-cracked stuff that you just sprinkle on. It makes a big difference. And I leave it rather coarse than fine. Honestly, those three right there, oof, Mwah, chef's kiss. Fucking, I've been cooking sweet potatoes this way for well over 10 years. It's just like, whew, that's my favorite way. Nice, nice. And y'all have me hungry. I realize I don't even have any quinoa at this house. I still need to go do some shopping at one of my favorite, just like under the radar grocery stores in the Bay Area. It's not a big chain. It's not a big name, but it's a mission to get there. I don't know if I'll do that today. I'll probably have to do that tomorrow, but, that's not a bad idea. Nice, nice, nice. Greek just laughing over here. What's up, Koi? Doing well. How are you? Yeah, listen, quinoa is a superfood. Like, you got tons of fiber in quinoa. You get that protein and that fiber. It's amazing. You know, I use it sometimes, but I prefer just straight black peppercorns in a, what's it called? I think it's called a unicorn pepper grinder, which, by the way, this is not a paid promo, but this is, if you spend as much time in the kitchen as me, go try to find you one of these. You will never find a better pepper grinder than this. I'm telling you right now, the best pepper grinder I've ever used is one of these. Consistent, reliable, freaking amazing. Like, I have a stubby one. I have a tall one for travel. I even have this one, which is in my camping bin. Like, the only thing I haven't done is taken one of these to Portugal. So, like, I was without this for a year. I need to take one on my next trip because these are freaking amazing pepper grinders. Freaking amazing. Like, words cannot express how awesome that pepper grinder is. And I've used a lot of pepper grinders in my life. All right. So it's going to be one of these three, I think, is the move. Oh yeah, Koi. Who here watching hasn't heard about my new format idea for the channel? Because I'd still love everyone's input. Red, green, and black. Interesting. I haven't tried the red and green and black peppercorns. What is this, like a holiday seasoning? Like red and green, I think is Christmas. Multicultural pepper. Interesting. Listen, Aldi here, I'm not like throwing shade on it, but it does not compare to the Aldi in Europe. Aldi in Europe is just like so much better. It feels like a real grocery store, whereas Aldi here in the States, it's like more of like a food for less or a warehouse feel to it. Fourth with the grok output here, how I'm vibe coding AI agents until you hit. Interesting. Let's write this down. How I get the appeal for 2026. But like my only confusion here, and this is just me. Let's give those capital letters. Let's give this a few stars because I do like it. I do like it. But I kind of want to expand on it. Like I kind of just like the idea of day X of vibe coding AI agents until you hit 1 million ARR 2026. And then day X of building AI agents until you hit. Let me separate those so they... Just doing some coding. I'm creating an AI companion just to help me be more organized with all my agents. Nice, nice. You know, so I have a personal brand that I post a photo a day. First, it started off as a photo a day, and then I started editing photos. Don't get me wrong. I've loved the process. I'm on day 1107 or 1108 of posting one photo every day. And I did this to like train myself and get consistent. And then I'm on day, 470 something of posting one short form video per day on that channel. But I gotta say, like, the passion I had when I first started for it is gone. Like, I think I'm gonna have to pivot soon to where that personal brand is just solely focused around cooking, because I enjoy cooking, but I also don't want to make cooking feel like a chore. I like cooking to me is very therapeutic, if you will. I sometimes play music. Most of the time I don't. I'm in my thoughts. I'm thinking about whatever's I'm working on that day, and I'm cooking. I'm listening to the food sizzle, right? All my senses are enabled when I'm cooking. So the only thing I wouldn't want to do is turn cooking into such a chore that I then don't enjoy it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, so I need to find a middle ground. But I think the personal brand is going to be more travel and cooking than it is going to be photography moving forward, because I just enjoy to cook so damn much. And I feel like that's the move. Interesting. Dude, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for taking the time to pop this into Grok for me. It's very nice of you, Fourth. And then I would probably do like day 1 or something like that, right? Oh, that's very basic. Build this AI agent in 2026. Hit 1 million ARR. Ooh, I'm building AI agents live until you make 1 million ARR in 2026. I love this. It's like an actionable like title, right? It's like, I have not, no. Between all the travel and getting back and working on Hermes and OpenClaw. And look, they're still working here. This is amazing. Looks like we're waiting on... Okay, we're waiting on Muddy here, so it's... like, we've been jamming here, and they've just been doing work. It's freaking awesome. You've not heard it? I'll break it down here in a second, Koi. Let me catch up on comments. This was an Opus to Grok collab. You haven't heard? Yes. All right, Greek. So here's my approach that, you know, let me just catch up on comments and we'll talk about this new format idea for Clearmud. Aldi, where I lived, is filled with zombies. Yeah, I've been to some of the Aldis in the Midwest too. It just feels, but this is me knowing how Aldi feels in Europe. Like, it's just night and day difference. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I haven't been pinning this. I've been reading it, just not pinning. Yeah. 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 It's huge. Okay. Just a random question. What would you say to people who tried OC in the early days and don't trust it, building their own local bots instead? I would first ask them why they didn't trust it. because the why might be an answer to why they're not using it, right? Like maybe they were setting it up wrong. Maybe they didn't want to take the time to set up a VM. Maybe they assumed that the only other solution is to buy a Mac Mini, but they didn't want to spend money on a Mac Mini, right? I would first ask the why, and then I would try to like encourage as to like, did you know you can just set it up this way and test it? You don't have to give it access to your entire life. You don't have to give it a credit card. You don't have to give it your phone number. Like you don't have to do these things to use it, right? But you know, there's certain creators and people out there who promote it in a certain way. And I get why some people would be scared to use it. I totally understand with the way things are being promoted from some accounts. How are you guys getting your orchestration agent to autonomously keep work going without having to nudge? This told me he fixed the issue over 20 times, but I'm still baby. Interesting. I mean, short answer is I've spent a ton of time feeding it context and creating SOPs of how I want it to operate. I also have a team. I'm not sure if you have this type of team set up, but I have certain layers of every request that comes into Muddy, he delegates. Whoops. Interesting. What's going on here? Hard refresh. Okay. A slight little glitch. He delegates down to these chief of staff. So, but this has been like countless hours of training Muddy not to do the work himself unless I say, do it now. Then he bypasses any delegation rules. But I spent a lot of time creating rules of delegation. And listen, it wasn't perfect out of the gate. He made a lot of mistakes, but it was just consistently keeping at it a couple hours a day, working on his delegation, working on making sure that he's operating the way I want him to operate, right? So that's the short answer. I can go a little more in depth, but that's how I have Muddy delegating, how he's delegating and doing the work, you know? Looks like we're still waiting. Interesting. All right, let's go back to it. All right, so going back to this new format I have in mind, and I'd love everyone's feedback. So share, I haven't heard. So I was flying back and I had this thought of like, I really love live streaming, right? I missed live streaming. And I thought, how can I bring more value than others? How could I do something different that nobody else is doing? And I started to think the one that came top of mind was BridgeMind. I'm not sure if you guys know, BridgeMind does a certain format where he's vibe coding on day whatever until he positions it as until I reach X amount of annual reoccurring revenue, which I think he's on 1 million. But it's very selfish, right? And this is no shade on him, but it's selfish. It's he's vibe coding until he makes that much money. But there's nobody doing a format where they're building or helping people build until you reach that much money per year, right? And I gained inspiration because once BridgeMind blew up, everybody and their mothers tried to copy that format. I mean, if you're in this space and the algorithm knows that you're into this content, chances are you've seen BridgeMind and you've seen all these no-name accounts doing the same exact format. And they're just blatantly copying him because it worked for him, so they think it's going to work for them. That's just the nature of YouTube. When something works for one person, copycats just come out of nowhere and just start copying the same format. Well, there's too much of a selfish approach. So my idea is to take that same approach, build Clearmud, but also help you build something that reaches 1 million in annual recurring revenue. Now, it's going to rely on you sharing what you're building. It's going to rely on people asking me to build certain things for them, and I would build it live. There's other ideas that kind of piggyback off of that, but that's the new live stream format idea. In addition, instead of 3 days a week, I would do 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, same time, 9 a.m. every day. And then on the weekends is where I would post my long form videos instead of Tuesdays and Thursdays. That doesn't mean I'm working on the weekends. I would essentially work on the long forms throughout the week after live streams and then schedule them for a Saturday and Sunday post. that's the new format idea, the gist of it. There's more to it, but that's the gist of it. I'd love to hear your opinion. Do you like that? Is that too much? Or have you not seen enough of me live streaming? Do you want to see more of me? Because if you want to see more of me, chances are 5 days a week is the way to go. I think this person's why is trust. He doesn't trust code written by AI. Okay, makes sense. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so here's the problem with that. I'm against paywalling videos. So the idea behind this concept is we can still do quarterly review workshops, but that would be paywalled behind a membership. The content itself, though, will always be free, but the people asking the questions, let's say you want me to build you a multi-agent team and then hand off the code base. Fuck it, I'll build it. But as we grow, the builds will have to be specifically for members. But I never want to paywall the content itself. I always want that to remain free, right? So taking that approach outside of this platform means essentially removing that content from the public. And I don't know if I want to do that. Give me a hot take. Give me it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. This is great. Made me laugh. Man, you get me hungry now. Okay. I see it. I see it. Yeah. And so Ty Lopez immediately reminds me of like, he just promotes something to send you to a course. That's it. Right. And then the course is pre-recorded videos. You already know who's doing that. I already know who's doing that. A lot of people are doing it, but namely there are a few doing it who are making good money, but it's clearly extractive, right? I don't want to be that way. But yeah, BridgeMind is also doing that. But I'm also noticing like, listen, I'm not here to perform. I don't go watch people's live streams to watch a performance, right? I don't want to watch a fucking comedy show. I don't want to watch you do push-ups. I'm not here to be entertained. I'm here to learn, right? Like that's why I watch other AI live streams. And as soon as they start performing, I'm fucking done. I'm out because there's no value there. Right? I'm not there to waste time and bullshit. I'm there to learn. And if you have nothing to teach, I'm out. Right? And that's the approach I want to take with this channel. It's like, I'm not here to perform. I'm not going to fucking do push-ups for you. I'm not going to do all this showman bullshit. Like, that's just not who I am. I want to play to my strengths and just what I believe in. And what I believe in is just doing the work, showing the sauce, bringing value. Like, that's what I would rather do than performing. So avoid showing the Lambos in the Yeah, true. I could, but I could. You're right. And I won't rule it out, but I like the idea of doing it live because like you see the raw format. Like you're here with it. You're here with me learning. Like you're here seeing all of like the kinks through the learning process. So I don't know. Hey, I appreciate you. Yeah. Exactly. Tons of people are like literally doing the same fucking thing. And it's, I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to do that. Yeah, no, you're right, Sharma. You're right. And I will think about this some more, but I will think about this some more. Excuse me. Oh, that's what I was going to check. Okay, look at this. And it looks like, all right, Muddy finally got back. Let's see. Oh, wow, a lot has happened. Let's see. There's a tool calling ceiling. Interesting. I guess I didn't have a sitemap before. I didn't have a robots text. Interesting. There's a 404 now. No M dashes, N dashes passed for source SEO copy. Okay. Commits pushed. Optimized Clearmud SEO metadata. Let's just do a quick view to see. No. Unless that's just a statically hosted. No, I still see it showing up. But this is why I think it's a static issue. When I do a hard refresh, it does briefly go away. So, yeah, excuse me. Sorry I'm coughing so much. I'll fix that. I mean, that's really, I mean, we also do have a bootcamp page though, don't we? Isn't that its own page? Yeah, that's its own page. Okay, I can't read this table. What the hell is this? All right, so create a local HTML table for me because I can't read that wall of text that you sent me up there. So create a locally hosted HTML doc that helps me visualize all of the pages, all of the slugs, all of the titles, all of the descriptions. And please commit to main so we can test. Okay. While that's working, I want to go back to the title ideas. Man, I just like the directness of this though. I don't know, man. Like, what's cool about this idea is I could put vibe coding on the thumbnail itself. So the word vibe coding is there. AI agents, maybe we just put those both. And then the title is this. I just keep leaning back to this one because it's straight to the point. I know we don't get the SEO discoverability in the title, but I mean, I think at this point is also Let me actually go and pull up an old... Did I delete him? That doesn't feel like me. Where is it? Was it a different account? I really hate how I have to rebuild this. That's annoying. Can you guys hear that in the background? I'm curious. All right, let's go check out this SEO table, shall we? Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay, blog articles. What about the resources? Okay, this is great, but what about the resources? The resources all have their own slugs. So they should all have their own SEO, meta title, description, etc., right? And this is also something to think about moving forward. I'm not sure if this is where we would update the front-end design skill for resources and video props, but Muddy, please take note of this since you handle the website. And why are you committing to main? What are you committing to? This is local. That should have never been committed. Okay, there's nothing there, so that's good. Let's go set settings, custom domains. Oh. Trash, delete. Let's go to production. Oh, yes, you're right, I did, but I mentioned more the work related to the meta titles, not, you see here, add visual. This is what I was talking about. Add visual SEO table page. I don't want that live. That's for internal use only, right? Yeah, and to be clear, right, like committing to main, I want you to do all this work, do it live. But when I tell you to build a local preview, that should be local only. That should never go to our live production site, right? Just some rules of thumb moving forward. All right. That's what I was doing. So I have to do a C name as well. Is that going to conflict with... I guess I'll have to do like a subdomain login dot... Because I don't think I can set this without conflicting with Vercel. Let's try. Yeah. So I think we'll do login.clearmud.ai will be our subdomain for convex auth. Let's delete. Or maybe I'll just call it auth. I think that's the move, honestly. So create a subdomain there, auth. Yeah, this is something I've been meaning to do, is to add a custom domain to our OAuth login on Clearmud.ai. I hadn't done that yet. So cname auth create. Delete, create. All right, we're good there. And then we need a text as well. All right, that's done. But you see the beauty of this, right? They're just going back and forth here. Like they're I very little input. For some of those SEO titles, don't forget how to example. Interesting. Okay. Thank you. So for some of those SEO titles, don't forget how to, or like how to install Claude Code, because most people don't search install without how to do something. So I want you guys to both do a ton of research on SEO titles that work, meta titles and descriptions that are optimized not only for traditional SEO, but for AI LLM search results. So I think we have a very good layer one, but we need to improve on things. In addition to that, our blog posting slug creation, our resources slug creation, pretty much everything moving forward on our website should be optimized for all of this. You see how I read your comments word for word and I just sent it. So thank you. Thank you. It was great. All right. I want to feed them all these ideas to pick one. I'm kind of honestly leaning this one here or this one, and then putting the words vibe coding and AI agents on the thumbnail itself. You know, keeping the title as simple as possible. Nice, nice. Very nice. Do you now do LLM optimization? I guess you call it GEO or LLMO for, I'm guessing, small to mid-size, maybe enterprise. I would presume you do, right? Starting with SEO, just out of curiosity. Domain is not yet verified. That's not right. Oh, that's right. Okay. Gotta wait for that to propagate. Okay, nice. Good to know. That's awesome. Nice. Love it. I mean, they're just getting to work here, so I'm going to take one more quick bathroom break. That French press, I swear. All right, well, it's decided. We're testing this month, 5 days a week, long forms on the weekend. Let's go ahead and adjust our content calendar for this. So this week, we're now going to push that to Saturday and this one to Sunday. I really hope the YouTube algorithm doesn't get mad at me for this, but we'll find out. Let's move this to Saturday. Move this one to Sunday. And we'll have to make sure we set those live streams to show up on the weekdays. Let's go Saturday. Let's go Sunday. And then let's go Saturday. And look at that. It's a perfect month test because Sunday ends on the 31st and ends on a Sunday. That's wonderful. All right. Let's make sure I select the dates. I'm going to have to change up a lot of crons. I actually still need to do that maintenance on it. Oh, I realized I forgot to pin that earlier. Right on. What is this calendar? Yeah, it's my Clearmud OS, my content creation day-to-day. It essentially replaced Notion for me. I canceled my Notion subscription as soon as I built all this out. So many noises. My goodness. So what do you need from me, Muddy? Because we do have crons that automatically post blogs based on the videos we post throughout the week. Do we have to do anything to those crons to improve these slugs? So I would say come tomorrow with the questions with, you know, I'm going to be building in public, but if you need anything built, tomorrow's the day to start asking. Okay. For everybody watching. And we're going to obviously fine tune the structure, the format, the flow as time progresses, right? We're just doing it live. We're testing it live and we're going to go from there. Yeah, Muddy, please take note of Neo's thoughts here. Update the crons accordingly on your OC setup. Okay. And let's come up with a new thumbnail as well. All right. So this is currently where we're at. I like it. We also need to move, I think, live. I think the bottom left, because I notice on YouTube when you're looking at thumbnails, it gets covered by the coming soon or like the time down here. So I think I'll do that there. And then let's actually play off of this. I kind of like this title, but I think we should change it. Now, if the title of the video is going to be something along these lines, so it's either we free up this space here, and let's actually go start a new chat. And let me piggyback it off of this design. So we'll get rid of this here. I really love this grid kind of transparent background with OC. Actually, forget in public, AI agents. So this is how it looks when it's smaller. Vibe coding AI agents. So I think if anything, incorporating, because all the sauce is going to be in the title, right? So maybe we'll use this. Interesting graphic. All right. Whoops. I kind of like it. So I think what we should do is kind of cut that and cut that. No, you know what? That was cutting too much. Maybe I'll do that offset, less symmetrical. Oh, I cannot wait to get that other mouse. This is really annoying. Now I'm going to actually try now, instead of 3 columns, do this in 3 rows, top to bottom. Will there be a preparation video explaining what tools or systems are needed before day one? No, not really. I think we just start, right? And just kind of learn the process, and then I can always post a video about it. But I think just come with questions, right? Like, I'm trying to help you reach 1 million in annual reoccurring revenue. So whatever you need help with, you ask and I build, while I also build what I'm building, right? Until people ask those questions. This chat was flagged for possible cybersecurity risk. If this seems wrong, try rephrasing your request. Interesting. You hit the clickbait for live button in YouTube thumbnails. Are you talking about long form YouTube videos that show live? Or because these are live, that's why I'm putting these live badges on them to kind of indicate that this is a live stream. I'm not opposed to removing it, but I don't want people to think it's like a finely tuned video, because it's not. So that's why I'm putting it there, you know? Badge of honor? I'm confused. What is this referencing? Are you talking about the live button? Yeah, what did you ask? What did you ask? Okay. No, yeah. And like, I hate that too. I know what you're talking about. There's some people who will do the live badge when it's not actually live, or they're just trying to get you to click on it because you think it's live. To me, it's more of a badge of like, this is a live stream video, right? So like you get the expectation that we don't have an intro, we don't have an outro, we're not cutting all the dead space out of it, right? It's just the raw footage of start to finish. That's why I put it on there. Was just trying to enhance in on-page schema scanner I'm building. I think the context of bypassing wife blockers tripped the gate. Interesting. Yeah. I've seen random clips of Joe Rogan early on. It's amazing. It's amazing to see, you know. Ooh, this one might actually be a winner here. So let's try this. I kind of also eventually want to... So I think deleting that. Let's delete that. Okay. Oh, shoot. There's way too much extra stuff on there. Are props not behind texts? Interesting. Put the props behind it. There we go. I feel like the move here is... What do you guys think? These tiles or this horizontal one? I kind of feel like horizontal, but at the same time, the tiles, and this is not going to be static. I'll obviously update this over time, but feel like this is more legible. Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking too. I think this is the winner for now. And now that I have more space, I'm going to bring that in so you see the mic a little bit more. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think I can A/B test live streams before I post them. I have to then A/B test it after the fact. So I'll have to do that for sure. So I think I'll schedule tomorrow's post with this. And then after it's live, I then go in and add the A/B testing feature. But by default, when I post it, at least through OBS, it doesn't allow me to do that. That'll actually be a good test. Let's test that right now. Let's export. We're going to call this live V2 because okay. Oh, can I not do it when I'm in a stream? That's a bummer. Shoot. I usually get a manage broadcast option here, but I don't see it because we're live streaming. Oh, okay, that's a bummer. I'll have to do this off stream. Maybe studio mode? No, that's not it. Settings. Yeah. Bummer. I was going to do it live. All right. Listen, as much as I'd love to keep vibing, it's almost lunchtime. So I think I should, and I think 3 hours is a solid first day back. I got some things to kind of optimize here. So listen, we're doing it. We're doing it live. This is going to be our new format for the month of May. We're just going to be live streaming Monday through Friday. Long form videos get posted on Saturday and Sunday, and then rinse and repeat till the end of May. And then we'll reevaluate in June. Listen, I'm not going to delay this decision. I'd rather just do it, right? So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Thank you, Fourth. Thank you, TJ. Thank you, Got Busy. Thank you, John. Johnny Fives. Thank you, Barika. Thank you, Sharma. Thank you, Got Busy. I think I already said that, but just wanted to reiterate. Thank you, Greek. Thank you, Koi. I can't keep scrolling up. So if I forgot your name, forgive me. I like to just pin through the comments and say thank you. Thank you once again for tuning in. Welcome back. Hope everyone has a great start to the day, and I'll catch you tomorrow, same time. Cheers. Until then, happy building. And bring the questions. Yep. See you next time. See you next time. Ciao. Grazie mille. All right. Peace.